Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and this is my predictions for game week 2 of La Liga. Last week was a disaster for me. I managed like just 9 points out of 30 in my entire prediction, so it was a very bad start for me. Let's hope this week is better. The rules are simple for the game. I will get 3 points if my result is right and the score is as accurate as it can be. I will get 3 points, but if the result is right but the score is not right, I get 2 points, and of course if nothing is right, I don't get any points. So with that in mind, let's move forward and let's predict what is going to happen in La Liga in this season, in this weekend, sorry. The first game is Celta Vigo versus Valencia. Celta Vigo, they won last week against Alaves 2-1. It was a home victory for them, a good start to the season. The game basically revolved around Aspas, and it was a good win for them, a good start for them. Valencia, they played Barcelona, and it was quite an exciting game. I was quite impressed with them, but they lost the game against Barcelona, courtesy of a brace from Robert Lewandowski. So I think it is going to be another close game between these two games, as Celta Vigo are at home, but I think this time around it is like they may not be able to replicate their performance from last week. So I'm going for an away win. I think Valencia played really well last week, and I would say they were just a bit unlucky to not get a point out of the last game. So that is why I think they are going to have a better of Celta Vigo in this game, and I am going for a 2-1 away win for Valencia. The next game is Sevilla versus Villarreal. Both teams played a 2-2 draw last weekend, so both of them would want to get the first win of the season in this weekend. I think it is going to be quite a tough game and a close game to call there. Like nothing really separates both these teams. Sevilla, I predicted them to have a lower mid-table finish, while I think Villarreal are going to have a good season. They are going to finish in the upper half of the table. At the start of the season, by both of them, as I said, it was a 2-2 draw between for both of them. So this game is again, in my opinion, it's going to be quite close, but I think it's going to be an away win again this time, but it's going to be just a 1-0 win for Villarreal. It's going to be just like a cheeky goal where they just nick it in the end, and they get the 3 points, and they get their first win of the season. The next game is Osasuna versus Mallorca. Both teams they drew their games last week. Mallorca played a really good game against Real Madrid. They held on for the draw. It was quite an exciting game as well. I would say they were in a way lucky that Real Madrid were quite wasteful in front of goal, but they got the important point last week. And Osasuna, they drew against Leganés. That was quite an interesting game as well. And I think this game, again, it's quite tricky to call, but I think it's going to be a boring game in my opinion, and I think it's going to be quite a cagey affair, and that's why I'm setting on the fence on this one, and I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Osasuna and Mallorca. The next game is Barcelona versus Athletic Club. Barca, as I said, they had a very good game against Valencia last weekend. It was a 2-1 victory for them, so they have started the season with a win. It is quite important for them, as both their rivals for the title, like Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, both of them drew their first games. So it is very important for them to continue the momentum. They are playing a Bilbao side. They did not really start well last weekend. It was a draw against Getafe. It was quite a tough game, quite a hard-fought battle last weekend, and I think this week again it's going to be a very close game. But I think Barcelona, with the momentum from last weekend and being at the Camp Nou, I think they are going to edge it. It is going to be a 2-1 win for Barcelona in my opinion. The next game is Espanyol versus Real Sociedad. Sociedad, they got a shock defeat last weekend at the hands of Rayo Vallecano, and so now they would be they would want to get their season back underway, start the season, get their first win of the season, because they need to get those early points. And against Espanyol, this is the type of games that you expect Sociedad to win. Espanyol, I have predicted them to go down. They lost their first game against Valladolid. It was quite a close game, 1-0 they lost, but I think this game is going to be quite tough for them. And I think Sociedad are gonna win it comfortably. I said the same thing last weekend as well, and they ended up losing the game. But this time around, I think it's going to be quite easy. I think they win the game 3-1 to Sociedad. The next game is Getafe versus Rayo Vallecano. As I said, Vallecano, they got a shock win against Real Sociedad last week, being at home. It was quite not being they were away last weekend as well, my bad, but it was quite a good performance from them. They went really toe to toe with Sociedad, and they got the three important and crucial points. They are playing a Getafe side. They played a draw against Bilbao last weekend, and I think it's going to be a very tough game for Vallecano. They were, as I said, they were really good against Sociedad, but I think this time around it's not gonna this is not gonna work for them. I think they are gonna suffer a defeat at the hands of Getafe. I'm going for a 2-0 home win for Getafe as they get their first win of the season. The next game is Real Madrid versus Valladolid. Real Madrid, they were not able to get the points last time around against Mallorca. They just drew, and Valladolid, they won their game against Espanyol. It was a crucial win for them, defeating another club who has come up to La Liga. It is quite important for them to get those victories, to get points in those games, so that it can help them stay up. They are going to the Santiago Bernabeu against Real Madrid, and I think it is just one result here. Like, to be very honest, there is nothing apart from a Real Madrid victory in here. They have Jude Bellingham. They are going to miss him. He's already injured, and I think he's not going to be back until mid-September after the international break. So that is a loss, but I think even without him, it's going to be quite an easy win. It could turn out to be a thumping from Real Madrid, but I'm gonna make it like a comfortable 3-0 win for Real Madrid. The next game is Leganes versus Las Palmas. Both of them, they played draws last weekend. Las Palmas, they played a 1-1 draw against 2-2 draw against Sevilla, and Leganes, they played 1-1 draw against Osasuna. And I think this game is going to be similar to last weekend game. Both of them, like, it's very hard to call between them. Their scores are almost the same, and I think it's going to be another draw for them. I think both of them have to wait for another game week to get the first win of the season. So I am going for a 1-1 draw between Leganes and Las Palmas. The next game is Alaves versus Real Betis. Alaves, they lost last weekend against Celta Vigo. They are at home, and they would want to get the first win of the season. They would want to start at home really good, but they were not able to do it last weekend. So they would want to get back into rhythm. They are playing a Betis side, which I personally think were quite unlucky not to get the all 3 points last weekend. The goal they conceded is, in my opinion, still controversial. Because the ball hit the referee, and that resulted in a move that got the goal for Girona. So I think it is it's going to be quite an interesting game, and I think it's going to be there are going to be goals in them, but I think nothing is going to be separate this team. I'm going for a 2-2 draw between Alaves and Real Madrid. Sorry, Alaves and Real Betis. I don't know why Real Madrid. No, Alaves and Real Betis, my bad. It's going to be a 2-2 draw between both of them. And the final game of this game week is Atletico Madrid versus Girona. Both of them started the season with a draw, and I think both of them did not want that. And now they have Atletico are at home. They would want to start the season at home with a win. They are playing a Girona side who defeated them last season at their home. So it is it's sort of a revenge thing for Atletico as well. And I think with the score that they have, I think they will be able to get the win this time around. I am going for a 2-win win for Atletico Madrid. Girona, they were really good in their last game, but I think they are coming to Atletico Stadium. I think it's going to be tough for them, and I think they are gonna have to wait for another week for their first win of the season. I think Atletico win 2-1 against Girona. So yeah, that is it from me. This is my prediction. Let me know what you guys think about. Do you think I am gonna do better than last weekend, or is it gonna be the same thing this weekend as well? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love for you guys to play along. You can make your predictions as well, and we'll see who gets how much points. Again, it's like 3 points if you the entire scorecard and the result is right, but if only the team that you said is gonna win is right and the score is not, you get 2 points. So we are gonna keep calculating every weekend, and we're gonna see how what is the total score after every week, and we'll see how how many points I can accumulate until the end of the season. As I said, it would be really fun if you guys could play. You can make your predictions in the comment section below, and we'll see who gets the most points at the end of every game week. That is from me. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. Now the season has started. A lot of content is gonna come from all the 5 leagues, and other things are also gonna come in. And of course, I'm trying to get to 150 subscribers before the transfer window ends. We are just like 5 to 6 subscribers away, so it would be really helpful to for me to just if you can just subscribe to the channel. So yeah, that is it for me. Until next time, bye bye.